Good morning. Welcome to day 18, April 24, 2024. We've been going for about a half hour, got an early start, left camp at 6. My German friends are not too far behind me. So we're gonna be on trail for a couple miles, and I think we'll go back into the washout for about a quarter mile, and then we'll rejoin the trail. So I'm gonna enjoy this nice cool breeze. Already has some pebbles and sand in my trail runners, so go a little further, find a good spot, I'll take care of that. All right, we got a nice sunrise coming up. Just had to take off the trail runners and the socks. Because everything is still wet, there's still a lot of grit and little pebbles in there that just aren't coming out because they're wet. So hopefully as the trail runners dry out, I can get all the debris out. It's not too bad, but it's definitely in there. And it's 6:30 and it's a very comfortable 47 degrees right now. That won't last much longer. We'll enjoy it while we have it. So here's a little section of washout on the PCT. And we got to get over there. So we'll figure it out. There you go. We made it to the other side of that washout. It's not too bad. Just take your time and find solid footholds. Stay away from the dirt. All right, we just did our second washout at mile 238.0. This one was a little trickier, so definitely got to be careful. I probably went a little too high, but it's basically have to go down and drop into that wash and then just get to this boulder and climb up slowly. Don't do what I did. I went a little bit higher and the footing was not as good. Took a little dirt slide. So got a bit of dirt in my trail runners right now, but safe and sound on the other side. And that may be the last complicated washout since we camped at that seasonal stream. I think there were just 2 of them. So that's the update. Keep on rolling. All right, the third major washout on this section of the PCT. This one doesn't look too bad. Just kind of get down at a low angle and then go back up. So probably gonna go down right here. Looks like that's what others have done. Climb up and get back on the trail. All right, so we're a few hundred feet above Mission Creek below. So yesterday we could have just continued to follow the creek and stayed off the PCT. Some people have done that. We'll eventually hook back up with the washout down there, but not quite yet. Man, it's crazy to think about. One big rain event just has totally obliterated 12 miles of creek bed we've been kind of following. Just the destruction is enormous. The cliffs all washed out. Some big trees survived, barely. They survived the fire, then they survived this. It's pretty amazing to be up close and personal and just see what nature can do. All right, we are at the home of the former Mission Creek tent site. There used to be 5 tent sites here. I think it's mile marker 238.7. We came from the little side hill over there, and then the trail just disappeared, washed out, had to come down. These rocks here weren't too bad. And now we're going to continue to follow the creek bed for about another quarter mile, I think, before we can get the trail again. Wild, just wild. On a side note, I'm glad I invested in an OtterBox Defender case for this iPhone that I'm doing all the videos on. There was so much dust and dirt and debris from that dirt slide I took. I think it really could have choked up the phone. Thanks, OtterBox. All right, we've been walking the creek bed for a little under a quarter mile. We're right at 238.9, and it looks like up this little washout we can rejoin the trail. So we're gonna give it a go. If you're looking for some kind of landmark on where to start climbing up to your right to rejoin the trail, there is a feeder stream coming down the right-hand side. Right here. So once you see that feeder stream, start looking up to your right. And I think this is the way to get back on the trail. We'll see in a minute. Back on the PCT. What a wild ride. I've not seen one of those in a while. All right, we got a nice little gentle section for a change. So I figured I'd talk a second about logistics. I've got 20 boils on my canister. The last one got me 42, so I should have no issues there. At least for the desert section, I seriously overestimated my sweet tooth at night. I'm just not having a big appetite in general. And if I do have an appetite, I'm full after I eat whatever. I'm not really craving snacks. So I have overpacked peanut M&Ms. And then during the day, I think I'm preferring right now the jerky as opposed to honey roasted peanuts. I mean, I still want some peanuts for the crunchy texture, but not as much as I packed. So I'm gonna have Sarah remove some of that stuff from my next resupply box. I've gone through one 10,000 anchor or night core on this go around. I'm in the middle of the second 10,000 night core. And what is today? Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm not sure, but I think I'm on day 5 of my battery pack. So haven't broken into the 20,000 yet. So there is your logistics update. I got plenty of meals, north sides, potatoes, freeze-dried meals. No issues there. Oh, and speaking of resupply, I am looking forward to getting a little cell service to see where my resupply package is heading to Big Bear, last seen in Texas. There's no point in me rushing to get into Big Bear if my resupply package isn't gonna be there. Ideally, it would get there by Friday. That'd be perfect. Yeah, today's Wednesday. So if I knew it was gonna be there Friday, I would plan to get in Friday afternoon or Friday morning. But if it doesn't show up then I might have to, hopefully it's there by Monday. So I'm gonna have to wait and see where that package is. And here I was worried that they'd be sending it back because it's been sitting there for 10 days. It hasn't even gotten there yet. We're back to our old friend, snow on the trail. There may be a bit more significant snow for a couple miles at some point during this stretch. So I do have my micro spikes handy just in case. We'll see when we get to it. All right, so we've been going for just under 3 hours. We've been steadily climbing. We're at about 8,200 feet. Gonna get all the dirt and silt out of my shoes and socks again. Air out the feet for a bit, have a little energy, but not take like an extended break here. I'm gonna wait and find a place that hopefully has better cell phone coverage and take a nice long break there. So, see you in a bit. Man, this section of trail has been a real treat. Fairly level, nice and soft, a little bit of snow patches, shady and cool. It almost feels like the kind of place where we could get lucky and spot a bear. Long stretches of snow. Glad I'm hitting this early in the morning, relatively speaking. So I'm not really post-holing. The boot prints are staying intact. I guess it's getting to be around 10:30, 11 a.m. So probably have a couple more hours before it gets nasty. All right, it's a little after 11. We're at about 8,500 feet. I think we're through most of the snow, hopefully. So yeah, go take a little break, airing out the feet. Checked for cell service, don't have any. I know there'll be some further down the trail, so no big deal. Oh, and also you saw that guy in front of me in the snow. That was Anvil, just motoring. He's like a 20 mile an hour a day, 20 miles a day. So a lot quicker than a lot of us out here. All right, that snowy peak in the background, San Jacinto. It's getting a little further every time we see it. All right, taking a little pack break. It's almost 1 in the afternoon. We got about 3 miles to a tent site that supposedly, allegedly, possibly has good cell service. I don't think I'm gonna camp there because I wanna go a little further, but I do wanna try and hop on the phone there. So gorgeous day out. It's a little cooler, which is so nice for hiking. Still little patches of snow here and there, but nothing significant. And I think we're gonna start going down soon. I just took another little break. We topped out at around 8,700 feet. And now we're gonna be losing elevation, I think, for the rest of the day. I already talked about never having a soda for like the past 15 years and having it now that I'm through hiking. I've been thinking about milkshakes a lot lately. Something else I haven't had probably since my 30s, maybe early 40s. And I'm starting to crave a milkshake. So that's on the hit list for Big Bear. All right, just topped off a little bit in my smart water bottle, put like a ½ liter in there. I'm not quite sure how much is in my hydration bladder, so just to have a little bit. And another thru hiker who I saw this morning, he passed me a little while ago. He's from Vermont, small world. So we're New England neighbors. All right, getting closer to where I'm hopefully there's gonna be some cell phone coverage, so stay tuned. All right, it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. Made it to the Forest Service Road. There's a bigger developed campsite about a mile north of here, but I just got intel from Anvil that 10 people just left here for that. So maybe I'll just stay here. And he also told me, you know, I did the actual PCT today. There is a diversion so that you don't have to deal with those 3 washouts I dealt with. It's basically a ridge walk, and it cuts, I forget, 5 to 8 miles of hiking. So a lot of people were doing that, not me, and not Anvil. So yeah, I'm gonna just chill, get camp set up, and enjoy this running water and just have a chill night, and then figure out Big Bear tomorrow. If I try to go into Big Bear tomorrow afternoon, or I get as close as possible and go in Friday morning. I don't know. If I can get some cell service, it'll help me make those decisions, but not right now. I don't have any bandwidth for that. All right, it's getting close to 5 o'clock. We're getting our water supply. We've got camp set up right over there. There you go. All right, day 18. We ended up doing 18.5 miles today. I'm pretty happy about that. Just had first dinner of ramen soup. I'm gonna follow up with some 3 cheese lasagna. Yummy. 3 bars of Verizon LTE here, which was totally unexpected. I've been trying to get a cell signal all day. So I was able to FaceTime with Sarah, which was awesome, and just touch base and see what's going on. And Looking at the USPS tracking, it looks like my resupply box into Big Bear Lake is going to show up tomorrow night by 9. So hopefully if that's accurate, I could pick it up. Tomorrow's Thursday, I could pick it up Friday, which is leading me to going to town tomorrow. So Thursday night in town, stay the whole day Friday in town, and then Saturday leave or take another day. I don't know. Big Bear Lake seems like such a big place. I'm still good on schedule, so I haven't quite figured that out yet. I've got about 11 miles from here to the road where hopefully I can get a ride into Big Bear Lake, whether that's through a shuttle, hitchhike, Uber maybe, who knows. But that's a problem for tomorrow. I'm gonna look on the Hilton app and see if I can book a room, but I just need to decide if I want to do just 2 nights or 3 nights. I had the same dilemma in Idlewild where I thought I might want an extra night, but then when I actually got everything done, I was ready to go. But Big Bear Lake is so much more spread out, and this was such a tough little section between San Jacinto and Mission Creek. An extra day of rest and recovery may not be a bad idea. And I still think I'm fine on my schedule and timing, so I got to figure that out. But in the meantime, I will edit today's video, get everything situated, have my lasagna. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be a nice chilly night. Yeah, I'm camped at 7,900 feet, so that's very encouraging. I did not sleep great last night, partly my own fault. I picked a tent site that was slightly slanted to the left, and it was more secluded, which is why I picked it, and I could hear the water. But the slant did not help with my sleep. So tonight I'm perfectly level, and I think I'm going to sleep great. So probably come back with one little recap. That's it. Okay, quick recap. I think I made the right call camping here instead of the other campsite a mile north. Since I've been here, I've heard at least 8 to 10 other people that were heading that way. So that's going to be one crowded campsite. Everyone wants to get into town tomorrow, and who can blame them? But yeah, I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with Big Bear as far as how many nights, but it'll all work out. So I'm going to enjoy my dinner, enjoy some downtime, and we'll see you in the morning.